Gather around, boyos. I got more stories to tell. This one's about CreepShow Art. The YouTube channel CreepShow Art mainly makes videos on YouTuber drama with a lot of emotionally charged arguments. She is kinda like Leafy's here, but instead of gameplay playing in the video, she does art sketches while making commentary. I'm not really particularly afraid of the backlash I might receive because I'm an unknown entity on the whole platform of YouTube. Surprising, I know. I am a simple man when it comes to art. If it looks good, that's enough for me. Well, so I won't have any intelligent, witty remarks for art stuff. I mean, just look at my video. I'm like an expert artist on MS Paint. If I had to take a shot of something strong that'll ruin my liver every time CreepShow Art titles a video that is borderline slanderous or misleading to some extent, I'll be considered an alcoholic by other alcoholics. Now understand me when I say that I am not defending some of the people she exposes, because most of them scumbags. What I am saying is that CreepShow Art likes to paint a target for her audience to send hate and harassment. She may not be responsible for what her audience does, but she does hold some level of power when you can point a finger on someone and have an audience follow suit and harass them.
Because on June 20th, 2020, a YouTuber by the name of Cryotic uploaded a video entitled "We Stopped Being Genuine a Long Time Ago," where he full out admits to inappropriate relationships with his underage fans, where he essentially groomed and straight up told them that he didn't value them as people, and that video was met with a mostly positive reception. Like, even now, 2 weeks after that video came out, it still stands with 19,000 likes and only 17,000 dislikes. More people agreed with this man saying, "Whoops, sorry I talked to that high school age girl for years on end and cheated on my girlfriend with these fans who looked up to me to the point where they would have done anything to get my attention. LOL, I only did it because I was going through such a hard time, despite this being something I did for years on end, and even something I continued to do after someone reached out to me for closure after the fact." Most people who saw that video were like, sure, that seems acceptable. I think, for me at least, what really sends this home and seals the deal, in a sense, with how terrible the response to the situation has been is this comment. Let me read it to you. "Cry, I know you would not do this out of a disgusting want for something like that. I have been here since around 50K and started with Hunting Ground. I will not believe you did this with foul intentions. If you are sorry, actually, no, I know you are sorry. You can both forgive yourself and be forgiven. We, the true fans, who know you well enough to both believe your apology and know how good you are, will wait for you to be the best you, Cry, and I will be checking in and waiting for the grand day you come back to us for good. Until then, love you, man. You are still my favorite YouTuber and always will be. Hope you get over all this stuff, man. You don't deserve any of this." Now again, that was a response someone literally had typed out, wrote out, agreed with, to a person admitting to, and saying that full out they abused their platform and cheated on their girlfriends with minors on the internet. Like, he admitted to doing that in the video that this comment was left on. And this guy's really out here accepting apologies on people's behalves. And I just don't know anything anymore.
The video she makes has the least amount of credibility against the people she exposes. It's mostly hearsay and anecdotal evidence. With that in mind, she walks a very shaky path, like an unmaintained hole with tons of potholes, and you are left wondering, why is this road not repaired by my tax dollars? It's dangerous, and oops, I ran off on a tangent on that story. Anyways, the point is, CreepShow Art would accuse someone of being a scumbag based on face value and could get an innocent person harassed.
I get a lot of video requests sent to me via Twitter, and all of them are kind of weird and wacky. I mean, there's a consistent trend of people asking me to make videos about someone they know in real life and expose this person who doesn't have a platform for being rude or doing something cringy or whatever. And for the most part, I ignore those requests because they make very little sense to me. And also, I'm not Sky Jackson. I don't just want to ruin some kid's life online because they made a mistake when they were a child and are still a child. So I should note a lot of these quests I get are to expose literal children who are below the age of 15, and just no, I can't. Why do I have to tell you guys to stop sending me those? Please stop sending me those. So when I got a DM from someone on Twitter saying, no, there is no way, shape, or form that is a real thing that is happening right now today on this godforsaken bird app. There's just no way. There's no way that there is a person who works at Cartoon Network, who works at a place that pretty much established my childhood with shows like Teen Titans and Hi Hi Puffy Ami Yumi. There's no way that a person who works there actively
Her fans send her targets like she is a hit man or hit woman, whichever you prefer, about people who are scummy and need to be exposed. It's good she does ignore the petty requests that some of them sends her, but on the other hand, she will freely show the DM that her fans send her with a lack of respect for their privacy, even though she hides their username. She has no reason to show them on a video, and I find it a bit disrespectful because the purpose of a DM is not to message you publicly, but have it to be a private message.
If you are new to this channel, you may not know that I'm kinda sorta prone to hyperbole. I'm a dramatic, silly person who likes to pretend the world is falling apart when I so much as step on a paperclip or have to listen to my very loud neighbors have sex to the paper-thin walls of my apartment. Which, yes, if you can hear that now, I am so sorry. I just don't have any other time to record, and they've been doing this for a while, and I'm just going to roll with it. Hopefully, my incompetent ass can manage to edit out that in the final production, but we shall see. Sorry to anyone listening. Half the reason I even have a platform on YouTube is because I happen to be obnoxious. But when I make friggin' tell you that the person I am about to talk about, the person who I am full on, full out, and saying is the worst, yes, worst artist on YouTube, both in actual artwork and also character, like moral character, I need you to know I mean that. I'm not trying to be dramatic here. I am not overstepping for the sake of a clickbait thumbnail or for some easy views. I am going to be talking about a person who I actually think is dangerous, gross, and entirely a bad person. This sucks to have to say that because I, like most people who grew up in the 90s and early aughts, I loved this person's creations. I was a huge fan. Straight up, the man who I am confident in saying is an infected, pus-filled cyst on the back of humanity's butt and has an ego that would make you think he is slinging puss left and right. That man is someone who inspired me way back when, whose art heavily influenced me growing up, and whose work I still reference to this day. I still sing songs from his shows. I am also going to go out on a limb and say that I think some of his work, some of the things he put out in the universe, definitely influenced my attraction to women, seeing as I had crushes on multiple.
She admits to exaggerating when it comes to her content. That is okay, if only when you don't talk about information that could be potentially damaging to someone's reputation. Exaggerating is good for stories. I mean, I exaggerate some details as well, but there's a line you cross when it comes to exaggerating allegations and making a person look more like a scumbag than they may have deserved. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a very good night. See ya.